Okay. So that should be fine. Go back into our weapons. Let's implement this. Add the weapons. And enter damage. Oh, enter attacking. Event enter attacking. Exit attacking. Equip weapon. Unequip weapon. And of course, let's just safeguard all these things real quick to make sure that we can do these things when we're doing them. Especially if we have like particles or things that, happen, we can't double them up. Like if we're already attacking, you don't want to have another attacking happen, things like that. Okay, so we can only start attacking if we're not already attacking. And I'll stack them because it's fine for now. And then we enter. And this mesh here, we're actually going to say no collision. No overlaps, nothing. We don't need collision on it. We just need collision on this guy. So we're going to take this and we're going to say set collision enabled. In our case, there's no physics, it's only a query. Flip it. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're actually going to turn it off and turn it. We're not going to turn it on when we equip it though, only when we're attacking. But if we are not equipped here, versus if we're equipped here. If we do this while, no, we can't do this while we're attacking. We can't unequip while we're attacking, so. Equipping doesn't matter about attacking. We shouldn't be attacking. We also shouldn't be able to attack unless we're equipped, though. Which begs the question, though, what if you're unequipped and you press the attack button? Do you suddenly equip it, though? So you'd have to do the equip first, then the attack. Which, in Zelda games, is usually like instantaneous. You just have the sword out instantly. You're fighting. But doing that makes sure that we always show the mesh and everything like that is all correct. So yeah, we should do it. Collapse nodes. Can attack. Collapse nodes. And stop attack. Although I don't think that we should ever not be able to stop attacking. Right now we have an option. Can equip. It also can check and say, hey, if we are currently climbing or something, or doing whatever else we're doing, we can put it in there. Can attack. Can stop attack. Can equip. Can unequip. Okay, and then we're just going to set hidden in game for now, although it might go on the character's back or something later, and then we won't hide it. So, we can only unequip if we're doing that, and we're not currently attacking. I gotta figure out how. We figure out whether or not we're gonna unequip the character, because right now we don't have an unequip button. But we can do things like when they're, like if we have a climbing system or something like that, whatever it ends up being, and we need to like unequip it while they're doing something, then we can, make sure that we don't screw any of this up. By default, though, let's actually have this equipped. It's equipped, and this here is overlap all, but we need to tell it to stop attacking on begin play or something. So, or I wonder if we can do that in here. Set collision enabled. Yeah, perfect. No collision. Aha, take that. Because I don't know if I want to change it here to no collision. I want it to be the overlap all thing. I want to make sure that that's correct and everything's working. Okay. That's good. Can stop attacking. It's only if we are attacking. Should be fine. What else did I have to do for this? You can only equip if we're not currently equipped, and we can only unequip if we're not attacking, and we are equipped. I think we're good. Alright, let's have our player spawn this and attach it. I gotta figure out when I'm gonna end the stream too, eventually. Let's check it. Still looks like it's fine. We're going for 3 hours, okay. Oh, this is a lot of setup work for today. That's okay. We'll just keep doing little by little. I wish this wasn't so messy. Okay, so we got all this in our character. Something I want to add in real quick is just the event damage. For us, it could be any damage. Well, no, it's actually point damage, isn't it? Let's see, weapon point damage, yeah. Event point damage, perfect. What we're gonna do is just take that damage, take health. I also want to do a duplicate called Be Alive. So this is if we're dead or alive. We'll put this under our health category. Health current, health max, combat. We'll put this under our combat category. I also want to do a variable actor. This is going to be a focus target. Focus targets like the Z targeting stuff from Zelda. Although I think it's going to be automatically done for you, just like through the combat stuff, just because it's a mobile title. We don't have a button for it. But we need to decrement our health. So we take damage and we're going to decrement. For now, we're not going to worry about the hit info stuff, all that kind of thing. We'll eventually get to that. But we just want to remove some health when we take some damage. So health minus whatever we got. Although we can eventually start doing things like check if you're blocking or stuff like that. Clamp, float between 0 and max. Yeah, that we're removing health, so this doesn't technically matter, but oh well. Set health current. Let's actually collapse and swap this around. Execute. fine. It says less than or equal to 0. That's when we die. If it's not, then we enter like a damaged state. So let's actually put that into the damaged. Which, you know, it'll be like plain animation. That kind of thing. Alive should be on by default. Damage should be off by default. In combat, off by default. Now here's the thing. Entering a death state is something that might be called in multiple places. Not just this one receive point damage kind of point. It might be a different damage. Or it could be that you fell off of something. Or drown, you know, which is like a timer and doesn't actually take away health. Anything like that. So what I think we're going to do is make this into a function called enter death state. In which case we enter death and we stop all movement, which should zero out all of our movement, all of our stuff. We eventually will play an animation and stuff, but since this is our parent class that has nothing in it, we don't need to worry about that yet. We can just override this function and add that in the child classes. We have enter death state. That's great. We stop movement, and then for our current kind of thing, what we're gonna do is just say hidden in game, and set actor collision, and then set lifespan. Alright, give them like a second or something. Get 1 more second to live, and then you're gone. Of course, all this stuff here will get overridden when we do animation. So, you know, you'll do no more alive. You'll stop the movement. You'll play the death animation, and then an effect, and then we'll do the hidden no collision stuff after that. But for now, this is fine. So that's there. We can enter the damage state. Well, so here's the thing. The enter death state thing here. We could put this part of our blueprint interface instead, which might be a good way to deal with this. So we don't have the character thing on this one yet, so let's do that. Our character stuff. Let me see if I can. Yeah, here we go. To damage state. These are important to have here because what we can do is from well, actually from anything. So, like, let's say we have an item that helps clear this out faster, damage effect, or like animation plays from our animation blueprint or something like that. And we have a spot in there where it's going to say, hey, you're done being damaged. The damaged animation's done. So we'll do this in here so that we can easily communicate between animation blueprint and any character, plus any item or buff or anything can also do the same thing. For death state, that's because we already have one in here. So hold on, I need to enter death state. We're gonna just rip all that out, delete this, paste that, file again, delete that. Go back to my enter death state. I don't think it matters who killed the person. Not that I can tell. We'll still play the animation based on the damage you took. So like when we go into play the animation here, you're damaged or if you're dead, we could pass the information of all the hit stuff from here to tell it what animation to play, like falling backward, falling forward, left, right, all that. But I think for now, we'll leave it out, just because we're not going to worry about it yet. And we don't need an exit death state. When you're dead, you're gone. The character has to be respawned or something like it. So enter damaged state. And exit damaged state. These ones we can do where we stop the input and whatnot. So like player input or AI input, everything like that. We can say, hey, you're stuck, don't move. Or kind of however we want to handle that. Yeah, I think that's about it in terms of this stuff. So here, let's grab this. Right now I'm just going to do a delay. And you'll do like we'll override this, but basically it just comes through and then comes through. State. But we need a death state, we need a live state, we need all that stuff before we can really dig into combat. Okay, what is next? What can we do today while we're doing setup work? We need to spawn the sword. So let's spawn the sword. Alright, player character. Because enemies, they have a weapon already, we're not going to put this in the base class. We're just going to put this under the player for now. This is something we might have to bring out later, depending on how enemies end up being set up, but for now it's fine. There is a chance that enemy types will always have a specific weapon, so there's no reason to have them swap them out. We could do it where you swap them out. I don't know. That's something that we'll just have to see. I mean, ultimately, because it's going to be like a mobile kind of title, the thing in Wind Waker where you could knock weapons out of enemies' hands and stuff might be a bit too much, just because, then you have to like find a way for them to pick it up, by like tapping on it in the middle of a fight, which that might be too difficult with touch controls. It's not something that's necessary, I would say. So yeah, maybe it's just the player can switch out some of their weapons and that's about it. Or even if they can't, this is still a good way to kind of split everything up so that the weapon holds all the weapon information and data and all that. So we're going to do this in a begin play. We can't do spawning inside of the construction script. You can add components, but not spawning other actors. From class. This can be a weapon. Always spawn. Ignore collisions. Get actor transformed is fine. It doesn't matter where we spawn it. We're going to attach it directly to us. Self. Instigator is the pawn responsible for damage. Yeah. So both of these will be owners. I believe that's correct. Isn't that what we set up in the weapon? Or it was the owner, the get owner. Yeah, get the controller of the owner. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so player character. Spawn default weapon. Something we can do is also give the weapon a class later, but right now we have no extra weapons, so begin to play. This could be our setup stuff. Okay. So what we also can do is we're going to set this as our weapon, current weapon, weapon current, and boom, 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 boom. Oh, I have a combat spot? Okay, I need to make a combat one. I thought I did, but it must be in a different spot. Okay. So, weapon current, we set the variable and then we attach to component. Which might not be the right one. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, it is good. We need a socket name. And I think Epic, we're also going to do snap to target for all of these. I think Epic, when they made the sword and the character, they set up a socket for weapons and for the shield. So let's see what that is named. It's named shield and weapon. So you can actually just do a copy. I just want to copy the name. Let's look at more data that we don't need. So just copy it that way. Player character. Do this as promote to variable, just to make sure that we can have a socket name. Called weapon. Perfect. That way, if we ever end up changing the socket name for some reason, we can just pop it in there. Otherwise, we got to find every spot in every single character where we did that and change it. Although, we may only have it in this character, depending on, again, how we deal with enemies. Spawn default weapon. And yeah, let's just do a weapon class, default weapon class. We're just going to just be weapon for now, although we'll change it at some point. We could just set this as an actor or something. Okay, weapon current actor. We're just going to be using the interface anyway. So, I mean, that's a good idea in terms of if we have wildly different weapons or if items use the same interface system, things like that. It's not a bad idea to keep these as generic and then just use the interface to go between things. Boom. There. Got a sword. We're all set. Still don't know where that purple's coming from. I swear I don't see it when I look at the other thing, but well. Let's go down there. Okay. We also have to kind of figure out how close you would have to be to start combat or to leave combat, because you have to navigate around this guy and your camera will automatically kind of lock on. Let's look into that. Or, let's make our shield. We need to get our shield in there. Same thing. If we want to be able to swap out our shield or something like that, we need to make it a separate object. So let's actually do this. Duplicate, because we're going to do almost the exact same thing. Spawn default shield. Let's do duplicate shield current, duplicate, I can't duplicate that. Oh, interesting. Shield socket name. Alright. Let's throw these in a combat setup. All these things only get basically called once at the beginning. Weapon, shield, all that stuff. Okay. So spawn default. There. Shield default class. Oops. Oh, I already had that there. Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's good. The shield socket name is called shield, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, shield. Okay, close. Okay, now I need a shield class under characters. I could put this under weapons as well, like a shield. It's fine to be under weapons, I think. Class actor. Puzzle box. Shield. We're going to do static mesh. Shield. This one. Okay, that looks fine. We also have the metal version, right? Yeah. But we're just doing the wooden. Oops. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So shield. Let's do another box component, because that's fine. It'll be alright. This is my collision for everything. Easier to control. Let's see, does this have a center? It does not. Okay, that's fine though. Let's keep it thick enough to be something like that. Now let's just do 30 by 30. And that'll be pretty good. I can always do a cylinder. But, I don't know if it matters if we have a collision on this thing. Like, how are we going to deal with deflecting? Will it just say, hey, if you hit the character in there, they have their shield active? Or will it have to actually hit the shield? You know, I think that it's going to have to hit the shield, because what if someone comes behind the guy and attacks from the back? It doesn't matter if you have the shield out or not. Let's do... we'll do a box for now. We could change it later. Now this is just going to do a block all. No, and we'll do a hit. Essentially, if something hits this, then we're going to apply like a you were blocked kind of thing. So let's do no collision on this guy. No, and no. Let's do a event hit. In the weapons, you could say weapon was blocked. So event blocked. In which case we can tell the player, you know, whatever. Tell them to stop their current animation and do some state, like a blocked state. Of course, we're going to check and see if we're currently attacking and everything. Double check and make sure that we're not just getting blocked while our sword is just randomly out and it happens to hit something, you know. Only if we're attacking. In which case we will be ending our exit attack.